Hi, welcome to Paranormal Kativity. Today, I wanted to bring you guys out on location to probably my favorite cemetery in the known universe. Alex and I kind of discovered it together whenever one of my friends I went to high school with told me about it. And we used to come here a lot with our friends, usually at night, trying to scare ourselves. And we have one friend who never went with us. And so what we decided to do was make up a story to scare him and then bring him out here and see what happened. Should we say his name? I don't think
Ben. His name is Ben.
Our friend Ben is afraid of stuff. He's kind of a scaredy cat.
A little bit. He's not as bad as Henry, but he has a tendency to not. And the thing is, he's not like supernatural. He's like me. He doesn't necessarily believe in like the supernatural. He doesn't necessarily believe in like ghosts and ghouls and stuff like that. But he's super easy to kind of freak out when it comes to like killers and like evil, like human darkness and stuff like that.
It was just a bunch of us coming out here in the middle of the night, and he was like, "No, that's weird. I don't want to go to a cemetery at night."
That's how you get murdered in a horror movie. First of all, we'd finally convinced him to go. Look, did you see the dog trying to like make his escape in the window behind? Puppy, what are you doing?
He wants to be on YouTube.
No, but he's 6'4". He's like, you know, a fit dude. He's like super athletic in high school and stuff. So he never had like anything to kind of like
be afraid of.
To be afraid of like an urban legend or anything fake like that. I make stories up and stuff like that. So like I tend to put more detail.
He's a really good storyteller.
I tend to put detail into things like for D&D and stuff like that. So this was a pretty detailed little fake website.
It really was. Like you even typed out like a fake code across the bottom, like how they would print out on pages.
Like, yeah, the URL at the bottom, like the print code and all that stuff. It looked like it was legitimately printed off of a real website. And I took it to him. We all went and picked him up. And we picked up this other kid that we worked with. We put him in the car, which at that time was not that car. At that time it was a little Suzuki Swift. It's a Geo Metro, basically. And he's, like I said,
tiny car, and he's a big guy.
6'4", and then both of us and another kid who's probably, I'd say, at least 5'10", 5'11". So
they're both crammed in the back seat. I mean, you're in the front seat, and we recorded it at the time.
Yeah,
but we don't have the video anymore.
Yeah, I tried to look through tapes the other day, and none of our old DV tapes would work.
So sad.
So sad. If anybody's got any suggestions on how to make old DV tapes work,
we have so many things we could share.
Oh dear. But anyway, so we wait until he's in the country, the roads that we just drove down. I mean, it's pitch black out here in Indiana in the middle. I mean, the skies are, you can't see that. It's going to be super washed out. But
there's no street lights out here.
There's no street lights. It's pitch black except for moon and stars. And I hand him the page and a flashlight. And I'm just like, dude, read this.
This is legit. And we'd been here so many times that we knew like the little iconic things of the cemetery, how it was shaped, everything like that. So we came up with some creative stories behind them. One
of which was like, there were these plants, and they're not in season right now because this was around Halloween time.
But it's on that like deeper side of the circle where it's really, really overgrown.
Yeah, and they have this real red color that comes out, like blood red color that comes up into them. So there was this, we made up a story. These were all like, the website pages were like collections of myths and legends that had happened here at this cemetery.
That we made up.
Oh yeah, totally. One of which was that the lady had come here and she had left her baby here because she couldn't take care of it, and so the baby died. And
the blood red roots of the plants grew where she left the baby.
Yeah, and then there was the one of like the New Orleans thing.
Yes.
It was that sometimes when people would come out here late at night, they would start to hear like faint jazz music. And this place
like
is in
down the lane, you'd be able
middle
to see.
of nowhere. So, but yeah.
Down the lane, you'd see like a old timey New Orleans style funeral procession like coming up the lane was one of the stories.
Trumpets and tubas and like dancers and all of that fun stuff. But the best one.
The best one that really freaked him out.
It fucked him up. I mean, like, let's be frankly honest. And I love this guy. Basically family at this point. Nothing but love for you. But it fucked him up hard. Their story goes like this. Do you want me to tell her, or you want to tell her?
Oh no, you tell it, because this was your brainchild. This is the one.
Okay, so it was like this. Two like best friends, two boys, went into like high school kids, went into the cemetery in the middle of the night, and they had heard this urban legend. This, to put it into, okay, really quickly, this road goes all the way around
It's just one little loop in a long lane.
The story was, if you were to walk in one direction and the other one were to walk in the other direction, only one of you would come back, would ever finish the loop.
Yeah. You would never meet up at the end of the loop again because one of you would be gone.
Right. So he's reading this in the back seat, and it's gonna be okay.
It's so good.
He's reading this in the back seat, and he's like, "Holy shit!" And I'm like, "Yeah, dude, it's messed up." And he was like, "That's so," and like so. Oh, and in the story, the kid who did come back, the one who didn't disappear, because in the story one of them did disappear, was like charged with like murder and investigated for murder of the other kid, but they could never prove anything, so he was let off the hook. And he's believing it hook, line, and sinker because, I mean, honestly, he's a decent person and he doesn't think his friends are assholes. Yeah. It was not the nicest thing in the world.
It was really funny.
It was super funny. He says from the back seat, crammed up his little tiny back seat, 6'4" guy goes, "Oh, come on, man, like no. And I'm
somebody
like,
actually disappeared here?" Like,
he goes, like, we're turning onto the road at this point. And he goes,
and I believe you even said something about like, we should get out. Do you guys want to go like half one way, half the other? And he's like, no.
He goes, I don't want to disappear. I don't want to disappear, dude. I don't want to disappear. And we're like, it's fine. And then I swear to God, like, and I'm not a religious person, but I swear to God, dude. He goes, the whole left side of my body just went numb. The whole left side of my body just went numb. And I'm sitting here like,
oh my God.
I know it's bullshit. Like, she knows it's bullshit. The other kid in the back seat didn't know it was bullshit, and he's much younger than us. He just
but we were making him think that he was having an experience when he was just scared.
It was absolutely hilarious. And so we stopped around this back corner back here to...
we were going to get out, and he would not let us get out of the car.
No, we had to leave.
Yeah,
but
we needed to go.
But here's the best part. As we came around this corner here, there's a fucking truck parked here, a white truck. And our friend Bryce had a white truck at the time, so we thought it was him, but it turns out it was not him. He was back in town the whole time. So these people kick on their engines. We have to back out, like super fast, going backwards down this road. So they're parked like literally right here, basically kind of where we're parked.
And we come up.
We come up like we're pulling up to them. They are facing the opposite direction. Headlights kick on, so I throw it in reverse. I go all the way back around. This is where the loop follows. All the way back in reverse. They come this way, following us out with their headlights facing our headlights. I back it out. I am flooring it backwards all the way out that road. Basically fishtail it out onto the main road out there and haul ass all the way back to town. And they followed us literally all the way back to like the center of town.
Yeah, and the best part on top of that is that we didn't tell Bennett was alive for like 2 years.
That makes us sound like great people. You're going out of focus.
We kind of didn't think about it. Like, we went and we thought it was the funniest thing. He talked about it for like a week with us, and then after that we just kind of forgot about it, and it came up in conversation like a year or two later. We were
It was longer than that, man. It was like 2 or 3 years now that you really make me think about it.
He was talking about it and we came out and we were like, we made that up, man. And he was like, no! But, you know what? I don't feel all that bad, because the first time I met him, he told me he was David Schwimmer's cousin, and I believed it.
So, that's your story.
Yes, that's our story.
Hang on.
Here, I do have another paranormal prank related thing that I was going to put in this video also. Well, it'll be a little bonus. Bonus story at Hinchman Cemetery, the Pioneer Cemetery. My mom and her friend in high school were parked in the same spot that we are parked right now. And it was snowing, it was the middle of winter, and their car got stuck on this little hill. And so her and her friend are in their car, they're trying to figure out what to do because of the snow, and they see two men in ski masks running out of the cemetery towards their car in the middle of winter. So they're freaking out and screaming, and then they have no way to get out of their car and go anywhere. So the guys come up and they're like, "Do you need us to push you?" And they're like, "Yeah, what were you doing up there?" And they're like, "We're grave diggers. We work here." And they were like, "Oh, okay." So it was just a weird story about her getting scared up here. She used to also tell me, like, right past the cemetery, there used to be a house that's no longer there, and it was on the right side of the road, and it was like a huge house, and that you could see shrunken heads hanging in the windows in the front, but that they burned it down. So I don't know if that's true or the origins of that, because it's long been gone since before I existed. So, bonus story time over! Hey, thank you so much for watching, guys. You're awesome. If you did not enjoy seeing like an on-location type vlog, feel free to give this video a thumbs down, that way I can keep it in mind for the future. But if you did enjoy it, please consider giving it a like. And if you want, leave me a comment down below. Let me know if you guys have also been mean and made purposely scared your friends like Alex and I have. If you haven't already, please subscribe and turn on notifications, that way you get notified every time that I make an upload. I do upload at least 3 times a week. My name's Kat Davis, that's Alex, that's Saxon, and this is Paranormal Kativity. Have a strange day. Bye!